Hi guys, so we're going to be doing the first chapter of Heidi Heckelbeck. Of course, I've read it like multiple times, but you know, you gotta read it again. Okay, continents. We're going to be reading the first chapter. It's called How to Be Famous. Roar, roar, roar. Heidi Heckelbeck and her best friend Lucy Lancaster squealed, and they ran across the playground. They were playing cheese dinosaur tag. Stanley Stonerecker dressed up like a dinosaur. The rest of the class, or at least those who were playing, was a cheese. And of course, in the game, the dinosaurs love cheese and won't stop getting some. He'll never find us down here, Lucy whispered. Heidi flung to the ground and accidentally bumped into a pair of pink polka dot flats under the table. Heidi stared fearfully at the shoes because she knew exactly who they belonged to. Melanie Maplethorpe. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say that. Her least favorite girl in the class. Melanie peered under the table and glared at Heidi. "What do you think you're doing?" she cried, pushing her toe of her shoe to Heidi's side. "Sorry," said Heidi. She dragged out the word like sorry. Then Lucy noticed Melanie had a magazine in her hand. "What are you reading?" asked Lucy, trying to change the mood under the table. Melanie turned to her new magazine around so Lucy and Heidi could see the cover. "I'm reading She magazine," Melanie said, lighting up. "It's my absolute favorite. She magazine had the latest tween fashions and celebrity gossip. This special issue has advice on how to be famous." Melanie went on. And if there's one thing I want to do, it's famous. I want to be it's famous." Then Melanie slid underneath the table beside the girls. "Do you want to hear some tips on how to be famous?" Melanie asked. Heidi and Lucy looked at each other in surprise. Melanie rarely ever shared anything except maybe insults. "Okay, sure," Lucy said. Melanie smiled. She opened up her magazine. "Okay, number 1, she began. When you're famous, you'll always have a dress like you're walking on a runway. That's because everyone wants to take your picture." Melanie showed celebrities posing for the pictures. Then she turned the page. Tip 2, you want your fans to think you're normal. So you have to go to the shop for everyday things like oranges. Melanie showed a picture of a pretty girl in dark black glasses picking an orange from the orange display. Tip number 3, Melanie said, you really have to like fancy things. This one's super easy for me because I love fancy things. Like one time I ate sushi. That's very fancy. Heidi and Lucy nodded. Last but not least, Melanie went on to tip number 4. You have to be okay with people completely jealous of your perfect, amazing superstar life. Then she closed her magazine and sighed out loud. "I'm totally fine with that." Then out of nowhere, Stanley's face appeared under the table. "Roar!" The girls screamed. Heidi and Lucy crawled away as fast as they could and hid behind a tree. Heidi peeked from out behind the trunk. Stanley waved over to Melanie. "Hi, are you playing?" he asked her. Melanie just stuck her nose back in the magazine. No, I'm not, because famous stars do not play dinosaur tag." Then Heidi turned to Lucy. "Wow, I'm sure glad I'm not famous," she said, "because I love to play cheese dinosaur tag." And then this is the picture. And that's chapter 2. So remember to come back for chapter 2. It's named The Host of Our Show. So yeah.